door is locked. We're getting ready to take you guys somewhere that we've never been before. And then hopefully, maybe you haven't been before too. So, man, look at the weather out here. But this is a long journey over here. Let's check it out. Let's turn around. So our neighbors the other day came over and introduced themselves right here in this beautiful white country star. That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And they have a podcast called Rocking the RV Life right here. And they invited us over to do a podcast with them, which we've never done before. So we're super excited to check this out.
All right, Patty.
Let's go see.
I actually haven't met you yet.
What's up, guys?
Hi.
How's it going?
Hi. So you know it's funny, when we pulled in, we go, look at that one over there. That was nice. So it's so super random that you guys introduced yourselves. Because I'm like, I want to see what it looks like in there.
Very cool.
So this is Jeff and Patty.
Jeff and Patty. All right, I'm gonna take my shoes off. We're gonna set up a better camera, and we'll get to this in just a sec.
Sounds great.
All right, so Jimmy just switched to the better camera, and we're gonna do a quick RV tour of Jeff and Patty's rig. So Jeff, tell us what do you have here?
All right, it's a Newmar Country Star. It's about 38 feet long. We have a combination of a beautiful fireplace here that blows hot air. We've also got this thing rigged up so it's our studio for podcasting. A couple of nice chairs. TV comes up over there.
Oh yeah, here's the
convection
TV.
oven.
TV
and,
pulls up.
I love that.
Yeah.
Not one bathroom, but a bathroom and a half.
Well, let's check that out.
Look at this.
Holy moly. That's where you send all the people you don't want in your bathroom, huh?
Yeah.
Full size
And good luck turning around.
Sandy, what do you think about the full-size
Wait,
refrigerator?
hold on. You have an ice maker in the door. Yeah. I literally told the kids yesterday, when we get this new fifth wheel, I hope it has an ice maker in the door because we love ice. And usually it just takes up too much space in the fridge.
Yes, you gotta have a full-size
We
fridge.
must love that. Love it.
know.
All right, continue.
All right, let me show you this. This is nice because we can close this off. So
All
he
right,
can
we'll see you
sleep
later.
Wow.
in. He'll sleep in, and
Bye,
I get up
Jeff.
in the morning, and I can just let him sleep, and I can come in here and do
Super
my
nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And a really well-designed drawer. Look at this.
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Was that designed by man, you said?
Yeah, I can use my hand
You can't get in there to get your stuff. That's the stuff you don't need to get to.
But we do have a full bath back here.
Let's check it out.
This
Patty,
is
what
my-
do you got?
This is my favorite.
Oh, a washer and dryer.
Washer and dryer.
Love a washer and dryer. And we got the regular.
Bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Holy, check it out.
So fancy.
All right, what do you think about a washer and dryer,
Oh,
Sandy?
so I don't know if you saw, we had a ton of laundry sitting outside before that I left in the car. That's for 5 people. So if we had a washer and dryer in the RV, it would just never pile up, which would be amazing.
Look at this huge king bed right here.
Yes.
Awesomeness.
This is where the magic
All
happens.
right, love it. I love the magic's happening.
I don't know the sage anymore, but yeah, it's a sleep number bed. So
There you
that's
go. Very cool. And what made you guys choose this RV out of all the wonderful, beautiful RVs out there? Like,
It was the cheapest one we could get a deal on.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
no. It actually just fits us. It's like a 1-bedroom apartment on wheels. So it fits us really well so far. So
And you've
there
been
you
traveling full time for how long?
go. About 2.5 years now.
2.5 years. Is it in this RV?
No,
Your
we've
2.5
only
years?
had this since April. We had
We had a
30
30-foot
foot
Bay
before
Star.
this. Yeah.
Okay. So,
And that was a gas. This is a diesel.
is there a difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is a difference. There's 2 differences. It's nice and quiet, and it has a lot of power, and it's more expensive.
Right. You gotta pay for that, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
Very
we know
cool.
going in Colorado, going through those hills in our gas, people on bicycles were going faster than us. And I'm like, hi. And we're chugging along up the hill, and I'm like, this is embarrassing.
We were doing 25 miles an hour up the hills in
I know.
Colorado.
And people were biking faster than us. I'm like, all right, whatever.
All right, we're gonna get to the podcast now, but one thing I loved when we pulled up, I looked at this thing right away and I was like, wow, that's a Mac
We
Daddy
both did,
RV.
yeah,
So
did you see
we
that
love the
one
color
over?
scheme, we love the light and bright grays and whites, so good job, guys.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's get to the podcast.
Let's go. Holy crap, look at the wind out there.
Yeah, just quick.
We spent the next hour talking to these guys about everything from how we got started in traveling, how we make a living off of our Trying Something New brand, how we educate our kiddos on the road, and our exciting plans for the future. If you want to listen to the whole podcast, click the link in the description below and make sure to subscribe to Patty and Jeff's Rockin' the RV Life podcast. Jeff has been a rock and roll DJ in Cleveland with 50 years of experience on the radio and was even the #1 morning show for many years. He has the voice of an angel and the spirit of a rock star. And Patty is the perfect co-host to round out one amazingly well-done podcast. We highly recommend checking them out, and not just because we were on it. All right, so we just wrapped the podcast. It was amazing. I cannot wait to hear it. They had some amazing questions. But now we're turning the tables, and we have some questions for Jeff and Patty.
All right.
Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
First off, what made you choose this RV life?
Oh man, I'll tell you, this was Patty's idea, and she absolutely loved it. She actually went across the country with our daughter, and they camped and everything. And
She was on her way to California. I said, I'll go with you for part of it. We camped out, and I had never slept in a tent, and so I just loved it. And I saw the people in the campgrounds, and I thought, oh man, you know, after that campfire, yeah, I'd like to go into one of those RVs too. So when I got back from the trip with her, I knew he was going to get ready to retire, and I said to him, I said, when you retire, let's sell the house, sell everything, buy an RV, and just travel all over the country. Well, he looked at me like I was kind of crazy.
I bet, right?
You wanna what?
It took him a long time to just kind of
Open up to the idea?
yes. So I kept telling him, okay, look at this YouTube, look at this. It's really going to be fun, you know. And finally he came around. So we
love it.
Yeah, we love it.
I tell you.
You know, thank God for YouTube, right? Because you now can show your significant other who's kind of like, you're crazy. No, look at these people doing it.
Yeah.
And so they show you examples of how it's possible.
Right.
And if something goes wrong, YouTube.
Hey!
Yes.
How do I
Good
fix
job,
that?
Jeff, for coming around and making it possible.
Nice job, Patty, for planting the seed.
Yes, Patty.
Yeah.
So what do you love most about RV life?
I think it's the freedom. I really do. I mean, I can't believe how much less I need or use on a daily basis. And the freedom is just great. The different view, you know, if you don't like a place, drive away, you know, and you set your own agenda. It's a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, for me, I love exploring, seeing new cities, just being able to travel over the country. I love that. I always used to wonder, what it would be like somewhere else, because I'm from Ohio, we're from Ohio, and that's kind of all I knew except when we would go on vacations. And you'd fly somewhere and you'd fly over everything, so you never really got to see all these different cities. And I always used to think, what's it like out there? But I got a taste of it when I went with my daughter and we drove across the country, and I just realized that there was so much there to see and so much to do. So for me, that's what I love.
You know, it's that feeling before you go on vacation. You know, you're like, wow, man, I'm going on vacation. That's just this wonderful, exciting feeling. That's the feeling we get when we travel from place to place. And wow, I love that feeling.
Yeah, I think I do too. Every time we sit up at the driver's seat, we got everything ready. I'm like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
Getting ready for a new
Even the
adventure.
countdown is on right now until we leave, and we're like, it's so exciting. Even the kids are like doing the countdown. All right, so now this is on the flip side. Is there anything that you hate about RV life? Have you discovered in the past 2.5 years?
I would say, well, the cost of fuel. But
Yeah, that is so true.
you learn to kind of manage it and wrap your arms around it a little bit. It doesn't affect us as much as it does somebody who's going to work every day and has to pay, you know, that fuel. They have to be there every day. We can say, okay, you know what, we're going to spend a longer time in this place, and that will lower our fuel bills. But yeah, that's been kind of an issue. Some of the campsites are not the best in the world, but you know, that's just the way it is. And
For me, I don't like in the campsites and the campgrounds being so close to everybody. You know, I kind of like my space. So sometimes it's nice to get a state park where there's a lot of room.
Out.
You can spread out. That's what I like. But you know, other than that,
I think it makes you appreciate those places when you get them, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like how amazing is this?
it's amazing. It is.
Very cool.
Now, what advice would you give somebody else that is thinking about this, but they're like, I can't do it, it's not for me, but they have a desire. They're like, I really want to do what you're doing, but I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you, I am kind of like a spreadsheet freak. You know, write it down. Write down everything that you'd like to do, and write down what it might cost, and just plan, and see if you can actually do it. And one thing that I've always kept in mind, and that is, every day my life gets shorter. And you know what? You got to take advantage of it. I mean, we're human. We, take it for granted. But, by all means, I really think that you have to realize or figure out what you want to do and then do it.
Wow, that's good. I like that.
That's always our motto, too.
That hit
it's like,
deep
you only
right there.
live once. Now, let's have a little fun. We're going to do a lightning round.
Okay.
All right? All right. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
All right, now hold on. Do my version.
Coffee or energy drinks?
Coffee.
I know. Mountains or beaches?
Oh, mountains.
Beaches.
I'm beaches too. Class A or fifth wheel?
Class A.
Class A.
Yeah, the fifth wheels are different because they have so much more space. But
They
yeah,
are.
this is the journey is more
The
fun than the
fifth wheel is so nice also, but yeah.
Hot dogs or pizza?
Oh, pizza.
Hot dog.
Like the.
Well, if they're smothered with onions and chili, okay.
Eating out or eating at home?
Eating out.
Yeah, eating out. I'm so spoiled sometimes.
Beer, wine, or the hard stuff?
Oh, wine.
Yeah, good wine.
Good wine. East Coast or West Coast?
Oh,
gonna go-
that's tough.
I'm going to go West Coast.
I think I'm gonna go West
All
Coast.
right.
Coast.
Some
Pacific
Westies.
Northwest. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Cold weather or hot weather?
Oh, hot weather.
Hot weather.
Hot weather.
That's
Me too.
us too.
Last one, Apple or Android?
Oh, Android.
Apple.
We got two different ones in the RV.
We do.
That's rough.
All right, guys.
right.
We had such a great time hanging out with these
That's
guys
awesome.
today.
Super.
We're gonna send it off here in just a sec, but I want to ask one more question, and then we'll do our signature ending here.
Okay.
So the question is, why did you guys start the podcast? What do you like? What's the vision here? The goal, the dream, or like
Well, the reason that we did this was because we had some issues when we started on the road, and we had some recalls on the chassis on our RV and service issues and things like that, and we were looking at each other, and I said, you know what? I said, we ought to start a podcast, because I was in radio, and the editing and the audio portion of it really plays into my hand. We should do a podcast and just talk about what we've been through and what we actually see, and not glorify anything, because sometimes this is glorified as the next great thing in the world, but that's what got us started.
Very cool. And then, what do you get out of could you get anything out of it? Because I know we get a lot of fulfillment out of sharing our stuff
Right.
with people and
Helping others.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It really, we answer a lot of questions, and we can actually be a source to steer people to other sources to get help, and I think that's one of the greatest feelings in the world, when you can do something for somebody or help them in some way. That's all you need. I don't want a reward. I don't want a pat on the back. I just feel good doing that.
All right. And where can everybody find you at? Where's your best platform or
RockingTheRVLife.com. Instagram, Rocking the RV Life. Jeff Kinsbach on Facebook.
And what about your podcast? Is there a certain platform for the podcast or?
Yep, RockingTheRVLife.com,
Awesome.
and also Cleveland.com too.
And also
That's the
Spotify, anywhere you get podcasts, it's on there.
All right.
Yeah.
No, I have one last question. Now, you are a rock and roll radio DJ for many years. All right, so I'm always curious, what's your most crazy experience, or something where you go, I'm going to remember that one forever, that was awesome?
Oh, there's quite a few of those.
Oh, I bet you have many.
I recently told a story about Pink Floyd, and it's in one of our podcasts, I think number 67, where the Pink Floyd actually was at the Cleveland Stadium. It was called the World Series of Rock, and we were all there. I was one of the MCs. Make a long story short, before just as they were coming on stage, they flew their 707 jet right over the stadium, underneath the limits that the FAA set, and they got in trouble for that. But what happened was the show went into the night, and there were all these lights on in the stadium, and nobody liked that, because Pink Floyd has a light show, and you really couldn't see it well. So these people start shimmying across these girders way up in this old-time stadium, and they get to these lights, and they unscrew them. And everybody in the crowd was watching these people. And when the last light was unscrewed, big, huge cheers. You could see the rest of the show. It was awesome. Years later, a guy comes up to me and he says, remember that Pink Floyd concert? Remember all the light bulbs being unscrewed? You know who did that? I said, no, I have no idea. I'd love to know. He said, they were firemen.
Really?
Wow.
Always support your firefighters.
Looking for a good show, huh?
That's
crazy. Very cool. Good story. All right, guys. When we send off every video, we say, whatever you do, get out there and try something new.
Would you like to join us?
You guys
in the
down
Trying
for that?
Something New?
Yes.
All right.
All right, guys. Whatever you do, get out there and
Try something new. Woo!
All right. Love it.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
What do you got here?
Oh, so look at all these articles with Jeff and Patty.
Look at that. Rock and roll legend.
The
man.
rock and roll legend here. Oh my gosh. How cool is this,
awesome.
guys?